So let's get into it then. I just want to start with Cam. So, can you please explain to us what a day in the life of a Hillsong College student may look like? I know that's a very broad question, but I know you can do it.
Yeah, each day is actually quite different. Most students would study 4 days a week, so it gives them 2 days usually to work, and then one day you're obviously at church for the day. But one of those days would probably look like a mixture of three different things, which are lectures, which is kind of your biggest setting. You've got around 250 students in the room. That's where you learn your theory and your underpinning knowledge, and then one of the other settings where you would engage is in tutorials, and that's where you have around about 25 students in the class. You have a college trainer, and that person actually helps you unpack what you've learnt in the lecture, and you put it into a practical ministry and life context. On top of that, you also engage in what we call practicum, which is like your weekly ministry where you actually get to engage in the life of our church in all the different departments, and you actually get to outwork what you're learning in the class. Probably the last thing you'd do is you'd be part of chapel, and that is probably the biggest highlight of the whole week, apart from church on Sunday itself. Chapel is the point of celebration. It's such an exciting place to be, and you'll actually also catch that on our Hillsong Channel College show, which we'll talk about a bit later on.
So exciting. So you mentioned that we have the theoretical training in classes, but then you have the practical element. Now that's a really big part of what makes Hillsong College us. Can you explain to people watching why that's so important to us, having the practical and the theoretical?
What we found is, ministry actually requires not just that you know stuff, and we found that the most effective ministers of the gospel are people that have actually had experience in ministry in the college, actually being able to daily outwork what they're learning. So we find that model of discipleship and teaching is actually one of the most effective ways for people to actually learn how to do ministry. It's actually by doing it with all that knowledge in the background. It's actually that helps people grow the most and helps them be really thoroughly equipped to actually step out into the real world of ministry and actually do it and do it successfully.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we have two campuses. We have the city campus and the Hills campus. Can you explain to us what they look like? What's different about them, perhaps?
So our city campus, it's located in the city of Sydney, and that's pretty cool because there's a whole lot to see around that place, and I know a lot of our students love the city campus for that. And so you can study our pastoral stream or our worship stream at the city campus. And it's a brilliant campus, tiny bit smaller than the Hills, which is really cool. It's a real community feel.
I love the city campus.
That's right. It's a great campus, and we've got some fantastic students there. The Hills campus is basically where Hillsong Church actually started, and so the college located there is basically a big part of what we do every week. They're thoroughly involved in ministry, as are the city campus students. So the Hills campus, you can study our pastoral stream, our worship stream, dance stream, production stream, and TV media stream, and it's a phenomenal environment. As I said, it's slightly bigger than the city campus, but absolutely phenomenal, and just a great environment to be part of on a weekly basis. So yeah. The other cool thing about our Hills campus is we've actually just launched our brand new epicenter facility, which is a huge blessing to the whole college, not just the city campus, not just the Hills campus. The city often come over for intensives and things like that and get to use that facility too. But to the students at the Hills, it's just an absolutely world-class facility, which has a whole lot to do with a lot of creative projects that we do. We've got 19 classrooms in there, which is phenomenal. A whole bunch of lecture facilities. We have our own college TV media studio in there, which we record a whole bunch of our Hillsong Channel stuff from. And there's a whole lot of worship practice rooms and band facilities where people can record and just get involved in all the practical side of what it means to actually do ministry. So it's just a phenomenal facility and something we've been really blessed by this year.